am I? Who am I in this world?
Yo, it's your boy, Jakim. What my mother called me is Erie, like Lake Erie.
Too many moments put aside, getting out of life.
Yo, why I joined the truth? What we as Israelite call coming into the truth, knowing that everything else that we've been taught has been lies. All right. So this is just like a little breakdown of basically why I joined the truth. Why I joined the truth is just I would always hear people talk about Mount Zion. Would always hear people talk about Israelites. Would always hear the Rastaman them talk about Mount Sinai, Jerusalem. You know what I mean? You wouldn't really hear too much of the Christians them talk about the 12 tribes of Israel. You wouldn't really hear them talk too much about Zion, and because one thing I even realized, even within the Hebrew Israelite community and Christian community, if somebody don't like somebody that says something, if they're known for that thing, they won't even bring it up. So like, what I mean, all right, the Rastafarian them, they would always talk about Zion and the 12 tribes. But because, you know, Christianity know that that's their thing, they wouldn't even bring it up even though it's true. You know what I mean? Zion, the line of Judah. You know? These are things that the Rastafari and them hold on to. But still, you know that they're not 100% into what they should be, because no, they're saying Selassie is God. Anybody that know anything about biblical history and prophecy know one thing: Christ cannot die twice. The second time he comes back, all right, the world and its powers will bow. They will, like, the Christ that you have in your mind is this white man with nice blue eyes, I should say, blonde hair, smiling, and everybody gonna be singing Kumbaya. But really, the Bible talks about a Christ when he come back, that guess what? The nations then will be drenched in blood, because he want payback for everything. So it's like everything we've been taught in Christianity is just to be docile, don't fight. But when Christ come back and hit the scene, okay, it's gonna be payback time. Okay? Now, why I joined the truth? And I wanted to find out who the 12 tribes are, and when I did my research 5 years ago, you know, I got my first iPhone, you know? So yo, fast forward, I got my first iPhone. Just to speed it up around this time, you know, everybody was talking about the Illuminati. Okay, Facebook was just popping off. Everything is buzzing. The internet is going crazy. You know what I mean? Who's in the Illuminati? Who's not? How you get in? Some people say you got to do rituals. There's like 2-hour videos, and you know what I mean, certain movie stars who went to the couch. You know what I mean? Who went to Hollywood? You know, go in these little back rooms, and then I'ma drink blood, them do this, them do all kind of rituals, and it's pleasing to them. And you realize that, yo, the music industry and the industry, you know, in Hollywood by itself is just treacherous. And you just come and realize that, yo, if this is treacherous, right? You know the levels, the Most High always balance out everything. So it's like, if you have Illuminati and these wicked people, of course, there must be a truth. There must be the truth. And you realize also that these same people who are in the Illuminati, they go to church. So you kind of realize the whole of man. These people are not separate from the church, because when you start research the holidays now, that's one thing. When I got my iPhone now, I started to research everything. I wouldn't just watch music videos. I would research the origin of Christmas, Valentine's Day. you know. And then I started to want to find out about who are the 12 tribes. You know what I mean? Who are the Israelites? All I know, this was going to be fun. I was going to find out who the Israelites were. I got this little pocket-sized computer in my pocket. I can find out anything. This internet is wide. You realize that, I mean, this computer that I have in front of me, I could find out all kind of information, man. So I wanted to find out who I was. You know, you would always hear the Rastaman, and you would always hear people say that we come from Africa. They teach us that in school. But you realize also that before slavery and before even Africa, there was something else, you know? So, okay, I did my little research. There was a guy, I guess in Jamaica, they say named Vernon something, but he was going by, you are an Israelite by your birthday. No, thank God that even with just that statement, that might fly over your head, but if you know anything about the origin of birthdays, they're not biblical celebrations. The kings back in the days, the Gentile kings, the pagan kings, they would celebrate their birthdays every month, all right? Every month of the year. And come to find out now, some of the gifts were our people, the Israelites, the slaves. So you realize, okay, then you gotta investigate. You put that in the back of your mind. All right, Christians they keep birthdays. All right, you keep doing your research, the origin of Christmas. All right, the Christians they keep Christmas. You do a little research about Easter. You realize, okay, the Christians keep Easter. You know what I mean? The general public still is not putting together that Easter is part of paying homage to Queen Esther, who in those times were known, you know, was a very influential pagan god that a lot of people back then were worshiping. You know what I mean? That was one of the height of feminism. The men would just bow down to the woman. It was like you catering to the woman when the order of everything in this universe is that the woman cater to the man. No, I'm not being, how can I say it? I'm not being evil towards the woman, but the way how everything is set up is the man first and then the woman. But even right now in modern day America, the custom is you please the woman and then you please the woman to get to her heart. When it really should be the woman reaching out, pleasing the man, and the man, guess what? Making that woman his own. Okay? Look, there's a lot of men, there's a lot of customs, you know, because even back then, we would have arranged marriages. So it's like, some things is here or there. But what I'm trying to say is, everything that the church has been teaching us has been white supremacy Christianity. And you realize now, that's the reason why they say the laws are done away with. You know what I mean? But they only keep the law of tithing. You know? And I really wanted to know who I am because I am known in the world as Antiguan. Even Antigua, as small as it is, our people and who we are very few in the earth. And even in that island, they teach you that we're from Africa. Upon further research, you realize that, guess what? In the Bible, the Israelites, we used to live in Jerusalem, okay? And when we got ran out of Jerusalem by the Romans, we went to Egypt. Egypt was the place Christ himself told us where to go. All right? So that is where we're dealing with. That is what we're dealing with right now. We're trying to find out who we are in this world. And you got to ask questions. Questions is very important. One thing also I must bring up. I remember when I was in high school in the islands. You know, went to All Saints Secondary School, went to Buckley's Village Primary. And one of my teachers over there, he came back from America and he said he didn't celebrate Thanksgiving. Me as a kid, you know, I didn't really pay no attention to it. It just kind of stood out, you know what I mean? Like, what's the big deal? So that's when, you know, you realize something that was said in the past meant something in the future, and you know why. You actually calculate something from that far back up until now that, you know what? Okay then, that's powerful. He said he didn't celebrate Thanksgiving. Now I know a Native American should not celebrate Thanksgiving because we were the ones defeated, you know? So little small things like that will actually spark an interest and like give you, you know, the green light to tell you that, you know what? The Bible is a true book. It has always been about nations of people overcoming other nations and being delivered from the stronger nations. All right? Another reason why I joined the truth, the concept of heaven and hell is totally different from what we have been taught. All right? The concept of heaven and hell, what we have in our head is Greek mythology. You know, where you're under the ground in hellfire and there's a red man sticking you with a pitchfork. Okay. Hell is what we're living in right now. All right? If I'm not mistaken, is in, I think, Isaiah tells you what hell is. Hell is captivity. What the nation of Israel, what we black Latinos and Native Americans have been living through has been hell. Right now, the curses are slowly falling off of us, but remember, we had like a few centuries of chattel slavery. One time, the Egyptian even took our babies and put us in the walls to build up the walls instead of bricks. You know what I mean? So your concept of heaven and hell is not biblical. All right? Hell is captivity. All right? Heaven is rulership. Rulership. Okay? So the nations are in their rulership at the moment. They are in their heaven. And we are in their hell. That's another reason why. So then begin the journey of becoming an Israelite. Why I joined the truth. You understand? So finding out who you are, doing your research, you're going to appreciate it. You're going to appreciate life. You're going to appreciate people that look like you who say that they're Israelites. And I know that they're Israelites. All right? So yeah, one of the first things that I found out and one of the first things that I researched was who are the 12 tribes. So I found this video about the breakdown of the 12 tribes. And that video definitely opened up my spirit because they were going through literal verses. They were not just men going off of what they feel. A lot of people, when we listen to them, everybody want to sound smart, but if they're not coming with the material where you can go by yourself and research it, watch that spirit. Watch these people who just use a bunch of big words and say, yeah man, this man come down and he put the foot on a bomb and the next thing in the bomb and blow up. Ah yes man, everybody when Christ come back, you know, everybody gonna be loved and we're gonna live in peace and happiness and nothing's gonna go wrong. Well, when you check it out, even when we have heaven here on earth, there's still gonna be problems. There's still gonna be problems to solve because each nation or tribe or people, we're gonna be famous based upon problems that we can solve. You know what I mean? That's why right now, when you talk about Israelites in America, the top main 5 inventions are from Israelites who basically could solve a problem. And that is what is going to be also in the kingdom. We're going to be able to solve problems, be able to show the nations how to live right. And that's very important. That's one of the program of the Bible. And you realize that the Most High want to put the black man, he want to put his nation of people on top. He want to put his people who are so low right now. Right now we follow the woman, to be honest. We follow the woman, and the Most High want to make sure that he could bring men, he could put men around, and men that can show woman, you know what? No, don't do that. Do this. All right? And the woman that we're going to be dealing with is the ones that are humble. Realize now, the Most High is setting up men to be men, lions, leaders who can control, you know what I mean, and run things. You know, we realize also that John 3:16 is not about everybody. Israel as on a whole, we love all nations anyway, so we're not talking about going around and just being mad and mean mugging people, but Israel is who the Most High is talking about in John 3:16. For God so loved the world of Israel. Even that has to be broken down. That's another reason why I joined the truth. Another reason why I joined the truth, I found out that even the cross is pagan. I found out the Israelites are black. The saints are black. Jesus is black. God himself is black. Alright? Meaning he's not a European man. Alright? We find out also that we're going to be a nation of kings and priests. Okay? In the kingdom to come, we're going to have spiritual power. The Most High is going to give us back that power. Even right now, without us having spiritual power, you see, Israel by itself, we're very smart. We come up with very great inventions. The invention of the car, the invention of the stoplight, the elevator, the refrigerator, you know what I mean? GPS. And the list goes on and on. So it's like the reason why now we got to sit back and find out and give thanks to the Most High is that we are finding out that we are more than who they say we are. And who we are is somebody special. So since you've been trying to hide that I am a special person and I'm a nigger, I'm a low life, I want to find out more. Get it more into it. You know what I mean? The Israelites, we had our chauffeurs, we had our staff. How come I didn't know that before? But it's a new age, and the Most High is showing us, you black Latinos and Native Americans, that we're the Israelites and we need to come back to his laws. Keep his holidays, all right? Treat everyone with respect. Even though the other nations are not a part of the blessings, we must still live peaceably with all men, all right? And love our brothers more. Because at this present point, without us knowing that we are the Israelites, we love the other nations more than our brothers and sisters. So the Most High want to turn all that around. The Most High want to see the Israelite man and the Israelite woman come together in a union and not go and have kids with the other nations. You know what I mean? So it's so many things, man. I mean, you just can't really get it in one video, but you realize now, we as Israelites, we're the ones that were skillful in making jewelry. We're the ones skillful in making songs and music. We're the ones that were very strategic in war. All right? We can cook. We're fashionable. Our women are the most beautiful women. Alright? Our kids are very smart. And the Most High is with us. The Most High have his son. He sent his son to die for us. And we pray that the Most High give us a chance so we can get it right. Because it's not an easy thing. Because how the Most High have it set up, the Most High said many will perish. Actually the quote is, as a drop is to a wave. That's how many will perish. That's including the other nations and the wicked of our people. So we pray that the Most High find us faithful in his coming. And you know, the Bible say one thing. You know, make your election sure, so you just got to keep on pressing and keep on keeping his laws, keep on sharing the truth. You know what I mean? Adding to the culture of the Israelites and just listening, learning. Look for the day when the Most High will deliver us from the wickedness, and encourage our brothers and sisters to do the right thing, and come to the right. Because the European Christianity is not the way. The Egyptology is not the way. Dealing with food, voodoo, and Santa Maria is not the way. Dealing with tarot cards is not the way. Alright, dealing with Islam is not the way. Alright, dealing with witchcraft is not the way. Dealing with the Illuminati is not the way. The way is the way of the Most High, the truth. Keeping his laws and customs. You know what I mean? Giving thanks for this beautiful earth that we live on. The clean air and the trees that can shade us. And just giving the Most High his respect. And that's what's moving forward. The black man must get his respect. And the world must know that these people that everybody been spitting upon and looking down upon, we are the kings of the world. We are your next leaders. Alright? So that's one of the main reasons why I joined the truth. I find out now that we're special. We're more than just niggas and spits and dogs. We are the children of the Most High, the saints. Alright? And we are the meek. And the meek will inherit the world.
Genesis 49. And Jacob called unto his sons and said, Gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days. Gather yourselves together and hear, ye sons of Jacob, and hearken unto Israel your father.